We're gonna be doing how we had been doing before.
Yeah. I have so much stuff for you right now.
Give me. Oh, man. Oh,
I have zombie flesh. Sweet. Actually, I
just-
have some bread for you too.
Give me. Four.
All right. I think
Four.
we're back at it.
All right, let's go back down. Tons of shit to do down there. So yeah, they contacted me once when I was over in New York, and it was something along the lines of like, "Hey, there's this issue on the server. We don't know how to fix it. Will you fix it?" And I was like, "Fuck it." When I was in New York, I was making enough money that I really didn't give a shit. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna respond to them. They weren't even like, "Hey, how's it going?" or anything like that. They're like, "Hey, we run into this issue. The guy that we're working with doesn't know how to fix it. Fix it for us."
Yeah,
like,
like
no.
my shit's a problem.
Yeah,
You're like, it's too bad.
You're like, "Oh, that really sucks. I'm so sad to hear about that." Yeah, check this out. Look at this awesome way this water's falling.
Wow. I can remedy that. I don't
Well,
know.
I don't know if you want
get
to.
back down.
Yeah, screw that. It's fun. That's pretty cool. I'm fine with keeping it that way.
Oh, well, there you go then. As am I.
Well then, I just thought it was interesting.
That is crazy. So you put something underneath it and then you removed it or something?
Yeah, I was trying to go and make a what is it? Kind of like a dome so that I could get to the stuff underneath. You can see where I kind of dug down. And it was just being
Yeah.
annoying, so I tried to fix it, and I did it a very bad job. So I'm sure that people on YouTube are going to give me a lot of shit about that, but that's fine.
That's
Way
funny.
to place blocks, asshole. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. I don't care.
Let's see what I can do here.
What are you trying to do?
I feel like I'm time traveling.
Are you about to fall again and die?
Let's hope so.
That's the only way I like to have you time travel. So
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, they went and they contacted me back then, and I just blew them off because, first of all, they weren't like, please help us. They're more like, hey, this doesn't work right. You know how you haven't worked on our site for about a year and a half? Yeah, well, this doesn't work anymore. The code that you wrote a year and a half ago just stopped working all of a sudden, so come fix it. I'm like, well, fuck you.
jerk.
Watch as I'm totally not going to do that for you. Watch as I have no interest whatsoever on your site, which makes like 70 grand a month, and how it's able to, it's all of a sudden is having one difficult little situation, and apparently you didn't want to pay me all the money when I first built it. And they also went and they had another company. They brought in another company to pretty much rebuild their website because no one wanted to work on the site after I did it. Despite all the comments that I wrote to make it so that someone else could take it on over, because I knew that once this project was done that I wasn't want to do shit with them anymore.
Right.
So despite all that, and they went and they asked and they interviewed like I think about 10 or 12 developers, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, we can totally do that for you." And every single one, as soon as they started seeing the code, they're like, "Yeah, I don't want to work on that anymore. Yeah, I don't have an interest in that. Nah, it's okay. I think that I'll not work on that code." Yeah, man.
Yeah, it turns out, no.
Yeah, their order page alone is 12,000 lines of code, so it's a pretty amount of just shit going on. So anyways, I just wanted to go and rant on that. So I went and they contacted me, and what was it? So I said, I don't know how long it's going to take to fix your site. I don't know exactly what the problem is. I mean, all you're saying is that someone can't add shit to their cart. That could be a giant amount of issues. And
Yeah.
for the past couple of days, they just every single time they get someone with an error, someone sending them an email on the contact form saying, "Hey, I can't check out. Hey, I can't add stuff to the cart. Hey, I can't do this. I can't do this." It just email it to me, like it's my responsibility to fix their shit. Like, hey, we're running into this issue. Hey, check it on out. See, people are having this problem. People can't add stuff to their cart, and I'm like, all right, well, it'll be a couple. I don't know how long it'll be, but I'm guessing I'm gonna just guesstimate. It's probably gonna be like 3 hours to fix it, because it could be a whole slew of things, and I need to check out a bunch of different stuff. And what was it? Like I sent that email to them, and they just never responded. And
Wow.
that was about like 2 days ago. Where are
Nice.
you? How are you not following me?
Well, I fixed your water Well, you didn't have a problem. I
the water problem, which I
corrected
said
your
it's
water feature.
the water problem. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. I like it the way that it is right now.
Yeah, I totally made it so that you don't like it anymore.
That's boring now.
It's not there anymore, so
Therefore, it's boring. It's got nothing
Yeah.
interesting about it. Anyway, so yeah, they went and I guess they finally decided that they aren't going to be able to fix it themselves, or maybe they contacted another developer. They contacted their their server guy, and he wasn't able to fix it. And they're like, well, shit, I don't know how to make this work anymore. I don't know how to fix this problem that we're having. So they finally said, yeah, okay, we'll approve you to work for 3 hours to try to fix the problem. And so I went and I checked out a whole bunch of shit, and after about 3 hours or 2 hours or so, I was able to figure out what exactly was the problem, and
What was it?
fix it for him.
I'm sure it's interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're gonna be find it terribly interesting. It's gonna be like the most interesting thing you've heard all day.
No.
No. So the way their site's built in Drupal, and the way that Drupal works is if you're not actually logged into the site, like if you're anonymous, your user ID is 0. And at that point, you have the shared cookie bullshit, which means that, how do you make it so that, with a website where you're not actually logged in, you're able to go and track your information. And so when you log in or you access the site as an anonymous user, that information is for you anonymously. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
So if 3 people go to the site and they're all anonymous and they're accessing crap and they're, adding shit to their cart, there has to be a way for the system to know one anonymous user from another anonymous user. Does that make more sense?
Yes.
So in order to do that, it tracks via this, the magical user 0, which is essentially just anonymous user, a user that doesn't exist. But with that being said, you actually have to have an item in your database that's user 0 in the specific table which has it. So to make it, explain it in a interesting, simpler way, there's a table in the database that you actually have to go and have user 0 in. But when you actually try to repair the table, when something goes wrong, like they had a giant issue that they contacted me about. The reason why they contacted me about 3 weeks ago was that for whatever reason their site was just throwing errors and displaying errors all over the fucking place. And it's something to do with their server guy, did something or updated their server, and it just fucked over their site, something fierce. So they did that, and I think that he went and tried to fix the problem. And when he fixed it, when you try to go and fix that database table for users with user 0, this is terribly interesting to you, I'm sure. When you go and you fix it, it throws an error, say, hey, there's user 0. There shouldn't be a user 0 in here. So he probably went and saw that it said it was an error, and then he deleted it. And ever since then, about 3 weeks ago, anonymous people couldn't check out. Hey, fix this over here. Make this lava go away.
Yeah, I'm fixing lava.
Fix it more fastlier. So he went and in his attempt to fix the server, because he doesn't know anything about Drupal, I'm guessing, he went and he broke all that shit. And so ever since then, they've been having that issue. And yeah, I mean, it took me about a couple hours to go and track it on down and figure out what the hell was the problem, what the hell was going on. But yeah, whatever. That's what happened.
You reached into its love hole and you pulled out a solution?
Yeah, I went, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why the hell aren't you working? And then I finally discovered out why it wasn't working, and then I fixed it, and then I sent him an email and said, all right, fuckers, I fixed your shit. Now pay me. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to guess, because I went and I fixed a couple other things at the same time, trying to figure out exactly how to, because it could have been a slew of issues. There was a whole possibility of why shit wasn't working.
Mm.
There wasn't any exact thing. It was just more along the lines of, hey, it could be this or this or this or this or this. So I had to try out a bunch of different crap, and so I explained that to him. And I'm going to guess the way that they are and the way that things have happened in the past, they're going to be like, well, we don't want to pay you for trying to go and fix all that other shit over there.
Yeah.
That was just accidental, Why didn't you go and you find out the way to fix it, in the first place? So I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that.
That's not a good way to run your business.
No, especially when they're making so much goddamn money. But they fucked me over in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised for them to do it again.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So I was talking to my buddy today who also has clients that, client stories such as that. And I was telling him how if they do and try to pull one of those things on me, I'm just going to tell them, don't ever contact me again.
Yeah.
Don't ever
just cut ties.
Oh yeah, just don't even talk to me anymore. I mean, apparently you've been having this issue for weeks. You probably lost thousands upon thousands of dollars in customers and orders and stuff like that, and they're probably going to nitpick me on freaking $300.
Jesus.
So I'd be like, well, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for you. It's not worth it for them to even bitch about that sort of thing. They're making money that even in one day, are they going to make back the money that they could have just? It's
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah, that's what I was talking to him about. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me?